And aloha! Welcome to the Blue Note Fan Report. I'm Guy, the Hawaii Blues fan, and I'm your host on the only program that is by a fan, for the fan, and absolutely about you, the fan.
So are you Guy or Guy?
Ed Danowski.
You're not in Hawaii?
I wish.
To Mr. Gary Younger.
Hi, Guy.
Fan Report. I'm Guy, the Hawaii Blues fan, and welcome to the Blue Note Fan Report. It is our pre-game show. That's right, hockey season is back, and so am I. You got to pardon me that I'm not in my studio. I have to move here shortly and got to take things down, so don't have my full setup up. And not only that, I apologize if my hand is hurting today really bad, but we'll get through it. We're going to talk some pregame hockey. We'll talk about the lineups, and we'll talk about something that I'm kind of going to try and switch up to a bit. And then in about 10 minutes or so, I have a major announcement. I have an interview set up for Saturday. It is a recorded interview. I plan on releasing it on Sunday. Should be a ton of fun. Absolutely should be a ton of fun. I am looking forward to it 100%. I know you guys will be looking forward to this one. I'm sorry. This is big. This is a big one. But you know what? Let's talk about philosophy first. How many of you out there have been watching this new series on Apple Plus called Ted Lasso? Ted Lasso has his hooks into me. And I got to tell you, I absolutely enjoy it. No, I don't get to talk about this by myself. I am glad you're here, Ashley.
Hey, sorry, I had to share it out a little bit.
No, that's fine. But you know why I'm so glad you're here?
What's up, buddy?
Because of you, I'm going to have a new philosophy for the first week, for the rest of the preseason. We're going to see how it goes.
Okay.
I've been watching a show on Apple Plus called Ted Lasso. It is about an American football coach who gets hired in London to coach soccer. And he gets hired to be failure. Well, it doesn't fail. It's actually really good. It's a good show. But there's one episode where he's playing darts and he talks about a quote by Walt Whitman. And it said, "Be curious, not judgmental."
Mm-hmm.
That has resonated with me. I am not going to be judgmental. I'm going to be curious. And he kind of expounds on this. He says, if people would have been curious, they would have asked questions. Well, I'm going to ask questions. I'm going to ask a question. Why does Berube and Bennington not get a pass in so many fans' eyes? That's a question. That's not being judgmental.
No, it is not.
That question, right?
Yeah, it's a fair question.
To know why they see that. Why? And you know what? This isn't me putting words in people's mouths. This is me going off of all of these chats and all of these comments that I've gotten that have shot back at me and have said, no, you're missing this, you're missing that, you're missing this, you're missing that. Okay. But let's ask the question. And that's what I want to do. I want to ask the question.
Okay, ask your questions. I can justify your questions as long as, they start out with questions and not an attack.
Yeah, well, that's the way I'm going to do it. That's not an attack.
Exactly.
That's in no way an attack because Berube gets a pass. There's no doubt about that. Berube gets a pass. Bennington gets a pass. There's no doubt about that. Right? Tarasenko doesn't get a pass. Sanford didn't get a pass.
Oh, no.
Right? But the same reason that you gave to give that has been given, and when I say you, I'm not talking you specifically.
Yeah, I know.
That has been given to give Bennington and Berube passes aren't given to Tarasenko and Sanford. Now, yes, I get it. Sanford's gone. However, what I'm bringing up is, as bad as Sanford played, everybody got on him. When you look at Bennington, his numbers are pedestrian. They're not elite level numbers, yet he's being treated as an elite level goaltender. That is a true statement. And see, I'm making everybody go away with this conversation, but see, that's on them because they're going to miss the announcement here in a little bit. And so tonight, and the reason I'm bringing this up is tonight, I'm going to ask the questions. How does Bennington play? Now, I can't watch the game. Nothing I can do about that. But what I can do, give Wendy her own show. Well, this isn't Wendy. It's Ashley.
I'm Wendy. Mason gave me that nickname because I call him Jack Sparrow. So I'm Wendy.
Yeah, well, if I gave Wendy her own show, my show would go away. No one would. The 4 viewers I get would be all gone. So, right? Wendy's W's. Is that what that says?
I like that, Mason. I like that.
Yeah, we might have to go with that. We might have to go with that there, bud. That's Mason chiming in. He's one of the 3 or 4 people that's actually watching today.
Good old buddy Jack Sparrow.
Yep. So, but see, the other thing that I want to look at is how Berube said something in the last press conference. And did you read the article I wrote about the last game?
I skimmed it. I was busy working today. Okay. I just got home.
So, Berube made the statement, we didn't shoot the puck that much during the first and second, but we really did during the third. Well, hold on. How many times have you said that's exactly what you want the team to do, was to wear him down? Now he's going and saying the exact opposite of what he said in the past.
Yeah, I mean, I've always been with you on the Berube thing. Like, for the most part, you and I agree on most things, except for whenever you start attacking Bennington, and then I get a little bit like, hey, you're not looking at the whole picture. But usually I see what you see. And, I mean, it's accurate to say they should have shot the puck much more, but that's not his normal.
They should have shot the puck a lot more in the first and second. I agree with that. However, they played the first and second exactly like they played the first and second all last season.
Exactly.
So now you're turning around and saying that we're not supposed to do that? Well, then that's a coaching failure. I'm sorry. That, in my eyes, is a coaching failure.
Yeah. I 100% agree with that. But
right. Now, Husso played very, very well last game.
Oh, yeah. He stopped all 10 shots.
All 10 shots, made good saves, was challenged, really showed that he could settle into the net and trust his defense. That's exactly what I'm looking for Bennington today.
The call.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm looking for through Bennington tonight. I want to see that same style of play. I want to see him be the Bennington of old. And my big issue, I see what everybody says about the team. I really do. However, I sit there and go, but that didn't fly for Allen. That didn't fly for and I can't think of the guy Allen replaced.
Elliott.
Moose. Brian Elliott, right? Up until Bennington, that's never flown. That statement of the team played bad around him has never flown. And you can let's go back and back and back. We can all the way go back to Mike Liut. That argument has never flown. Yet now it flows. Now it flies. Why? Why?
Well, I mean, I agree that some people are blinded by the cup. I'm blinded by experience because I know that as a goaltender, it's more than just that makes your stats. It is the team in front of you. You rely heavily on them to do their job. So when they fall apart and you're expected to stand on your head, I get that. So I'm going to side with Bennington this time because I've played games.
Okay. And that's fair enough to a point.
Mm-hmm.
But at some point, well, first of all, I do admit that there were some system issues last season, especially in the playoffs. I admit that.
Definitely.
Right? And one of the biggest ones that most people don't even think about was in game, I want to say it was 2 or 3. McKinnon had the puck, came down the right-hand side with Tarasenko, and Tarasenko went for a hit instead of staying with the man and forcing him to the outside. Well, he missed the hit, and that missing the hit gave McKinnon direct to the net.
That was game 3. I was there for that.
Okay, well, but see, that's what I'm getting at. Now that, okay, I get that. That one I kind of get. However, it was one-on-one, and he wasn't coming down Broadway. He was coming on the side. If he's coming on the side, you should be able to make yourself big enough to stop that puck.
And now, I'm not going to argue with that one.
Say again?
I'm not going to argue with that one, except the Blues ended up taking a lot of stupid penalties, giving Colorado the man advantage, and a lot of those goals were what hurt us, and they were not entirely his fault.
Okay.
If the team can't stay out of the box, then, I mean, Bennington was a stud in a lot of the games. It's just that when you continuously take penalties, even if it was a bad call, because a lot of them really irked me. I didn't feel like they should have been penalties, but they were. And if we can't do our job to kill them, it's not on the goalie.
Okay. And you know what? That's fair enough. And Matt Lowe's giving us some stuff. Let me kind of see if I can get this in here. Let's see. Here we got. He didn't have good things to say. He didn't have good things to say about Thomas or Neil when asked. Yeah, he kind of kept things quiet there. But Neil played well. No, he did have some good things to say about Neil. Lance podcast today was kind of hinted that Hitchcock is kind of a backup if Ruby screws up this year. I thought so at first until the news came out today that Montgomery is going to be on the bench instead of in the press box.
Oh, that's awesome.
That right there, first of all, that's huge.
That's huge.
That's going to put your special teams guy on the bench, which I like.
I do too.
But it's also going to put pressure on Berube to coach better. Right? Because now you have a guy that has NHL coaching experience. I think the Hitchcock thing sets up for Montgomery. However, and I don't have an issue with Montgomery. I need you to understand that. I have no issue with Montgomery. However, he is not far removed from his issues that cost him his last game, and it might be too early. That is my only problem.
Well, I thought your issues with Montgomery were just having 2 chefs in the kitchen. You thought that was part of the issue. Well, now we're going to have 3 chefs in the kitchen.
Yeah, it's still 2. I think the third chef is the mom on the video monitor that you just kind of like turn off and ignore. Okay. All right. No, and it's not as much. It was chef in the kitchen, 2 chefs in the kitchen last season but last season you could see that there was only 1 chef in the kitchen. Now it's the fact that if Bennington or if Berube loses this locker room completely, and they bring Montgomery in, now it becomes his issues in his last job. Right? And that is how far he's removed from that. And that is important. I'm sorry, that's very, very important. I'm trying to keep an eye on the game here. When it plays, I'm trying to listen to it. It's hard to do it all at one time. Let's see what we got here.
You have some kind of a weird sound. I might need to back out if it's not your mic or if it's me.
No, I'm not getting it. It might be my mic. I'm not hearing anything.
Huh. All right, I'm going to back out and come back.
Okay, no issues, no issues. We'll see you when you come back. Let's see. Ryan Green saying aloha. Blues Fan Reactors are editing a video on Sanford. Can we just let Otter coach? No, not yet. Otter is not ready to be a coach. There is nothing in my mind that makes me think that Otter is ready to be a coach. He's been working more with the defense and with the special teams. I can see that, but I don't see him being ready to coach.
I got just right where he is.
Yeah, same here. Look, I don't have an issue with Montgomery. I don't have an issue. Well, I don't have a real issue. I don't have a coaching issue with Montgomery. I have a personal issue, right? And it's that it's not too far removed, right? Everyone deserves a second chance. I honestly believe that. But when you have the issue that he has, you got to make sure you get there's enough vetting going on before he takes another high-profile job. Because if he does slip and it hits you, it's going to hit you really bad because legally you knew and you allowed it. That is something that I'm looking at, and that's just being fair. So Roland says, "Do you think Neil makes the team?" That is an iffy one. I think the room is there. I like the fact that the room's there. I like who Neil is. Like the article I wrote, one of the things wrote, there's names in the league. When you hear a name, you just know it. Well, Neil's one of them, right? Yeah. And the fact that you can put Neil with O'Reilly, with Perron, with Tarasenko, with some of the other guys we have, with some of that experience, with some of our junior guys, then I really appreciate it. I see you there, E. Buchnevich tonight. Yep, we're going to get our first chance at him. I'd like to see what he can do. I would have liked to see him a little more yesterday. Let's see if I can find the lines real quick. I was keeping an eye on them. They're interesting, and they're interesting in the fact that here we go. So here are the game lines. We have O'Reilly centering Perron and Kyrou. I love that line. Then we have Shen centering Buchnevich on the right and Neighbors on the left. Neighbors and Prunovich are getting back-to-back games. They're the only ones. That's telling you that the coaches want to take a deep look at them. The third line is Alexandrov, centering McCachran and Annis. And then Tanner Dixon, is centering Steven and Walker. I really hope Walker gets a good look. Then you have for the deep pairings, Peronovich and Falk, Krug and Mikkola, and then Rosen and Tucker. And I don't think Rosen and Tucker will play more than 6 or 7 minutes tonight.
I'm excited to see Mikkola.
Say again?
I'm excited to see Mikkola.
I'm excited to see Mikkola too. I really want to see what he can do. Well, I guess it's time for the announcement, right? So, has anybody figured it out? Before I go, I put 2 hints out on the group to who my interview is going to be with on Saturday, and I'm going to release it on Sunday.
I only saw one of your hints, and then I didn't have it with that.
One hint, and then one thing about it, right? That it was going to be. The hint was a quote that this gentleman said in the movie Slapshot. I have coming on with me on Saturday is, and I want to make sure I say his name right because it's a little tough, so give me just a moment. I have Jovan Barrett. Jovan Barrett
awesome.
Was the goalie in Slapshot.
That is going to be so awesome.
He was the goalie that at the very beginning when they're talking about the game, talking about, if you hook somebody or you slash them, you have to go in the box for 10 minutes or for 2 minutes by yourself, and then you get free. He with a he's French Canadian, so he doesn't want to do it live, and I'm fine with that. We'll record the interview on Saturday, and then we'll go ahead and we'll do the interview on Saturday, and then we'll go ahead and release it on Sunday. So I'm hoping, but he just wanted me to do it, so unfortunately no co-host. But I'm really excited. We talked today for about 15, 20 minutes, and the stories that he told were so neat. I can't wait for you guys to really get a chance to talk to him. So Bob says that Walker's in AHL, period. Well, I don't know about that. Well, he could be, but I'd like to see him get a chance to see what he can do. I really think this interview with Yvonne's going to be great. Who knows? It could lead to other guys that were in Slapshot. He had some real stories. He basically said, we filmed Slapshot. I think it was released in 77, around there. He didn't hear nothing about it again until 2001, right? It really didn't have that cult follow. It didn't get that cult following until really the internet started taking place, right? When it came out in 77. But it came out at a time when Paul Newman was a star, but I don't think you could say he was a superstar. Shortly after that is when he became a superstar. And that's what has led to it. And then I found something out about the movie that I didn't know, but I think a lot of you will enjoy it. After this interview, you'll want to go watch the movie again. The movie was slightly autobiographical, and it was supposed to be a documentary. And we'll get more into that with Yvonne, but I can't wait. I can't wait to do this interview on Saturday. I think it's really going to be a fun one.
I can't wait to see it when you're done.
Yeah, I think it'll be a real fun one, and I'll try and get some clips from the movie to put in there, and some of Yvonne's clips. You know, he had that one. He was the guy that Reggie tried to use to find out who the owner was, so he'd send him up to the GM's office, and he walks in there and goes, "Who own the team?" And the GM goes, owns, and he's walking out there, he's yelling, owns. I don't care who owns the team. Just send them to Florida so I can get my money. You know, it was just so good. The stories that he told, just me, were really great. So what are you looking for tonight, Ashley? What are you looking to see tonight?
I'm hoping to see more shots, obviously, to start off with. Mm-hmm. Not, just playing that defensive game that you criticized, because I agree that was not a good start. But I'm also looking for Booch to show what he's got. It's his first time showing St. Louis, Okay. And I'm really, really interested to see how Mikkola performs. Even, I think it's Bennington and who was the Hoffer tonight?
Hoffer, yeah.
So I'm really looking forward to seeing Hoffer.
I'm not, right? I watched the prospect tournament, mm-hmm. and Hoffer was a sieve, right? 3 of the 4 goals he went in, I could have stopped, Oof. Including the game winner.
You see, I only watched one of the prospect tournament games, the first one.
That was him.
I didn't get to see him.
That was him.
No, I thought it was. Oh man, I can't remember.
I thought it
was Ellis that was in there.
No, Ellis played the second game, and Ellis played really good.
Maybe I watched the second game, not the first. Then.
Yeah, the second game's the game they won.
Yeah, I watched that one.
Yeah. Okay, the first one Hoffer played, and he was a sieve. So okay. I'm concerned about that tonight. Benny is in the net. I don't know how long. Yesterday or the other game. Oh man, I just went blank.
Husso only had 1 period, and Lindgren got 2. So
yeah, Husso was supposed to have 2, and Lindgren 1. But Husso had such a good period, they went ahead and gave Lindgren more time. Mm-hmm. So I guess Benny, and I'm guessing you might see the same thing tonight. I'm guessing that you see Benny get the majority, get that first period, and depending on how well the first period is, then Hofer comes in.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So I'm not looking at a win or loss in this game at all. I'm really not. What I'm looking at cohesion on special teams because they've been working on it.
Yeah.
Neighbors and Perron are playing the full special teams, full power play, right? So I'm looking to see how that plays out. Ellis has not been in the preseason lineup yet. I think he might get Wednesday's game as a backup, but I'm not sure. If anything, I see them keeping Ellis. If they can keep the goaltenders, keeping him until they have the back-to-back against Chicago, the home and home against Chicago. And that's the one where we play in Chicago and then we play in Kansas City. Right? The 9th and 10th. I think the 9th and 10th. Or no, not the 9th. Earlier in October. So the 1st and 2nd of October, I think it is. So that's kind of where I'm at on that one. The other thing, the Winter Classic. So, did you hear about the Winter Classic?
No, you started, or my phone started acting up right when you got to that.
Yeah. So the Winter Classic is going to be a night game. Going to start at 6 p.m. Central Time, 7
awesome.
Eastern. That means it'll be like 1 here. No, 2 here, because it'll be in daylight savings. So it'll be like 2 in the afternoon here. But one of the reasons they're doing that was the sun glare, right? They're moving into prime time. That's going to be cold. That's Minnesota on January 1st at 6 p.m. with no sun. Oh my goodness. That's going to be like Mystery Alaska.
Yeah. Well, not quite as cold, but pretty darn cold.
Pretty darn close. In Mystery Alaska where the Rangers are, having half the team stay in the locker room until, there's a puck stoppage and then come back out. Yeah, you might be seeing some of that. Those indoor seats are going to be really, really special if you can get them. Tickets will go on sale. Individual tickets, and there's not a lot, are going to go on sale on Wednesday through Ticketmaster. First come, first serve. They're going to sell out within 10 minutes.
Or less.
Right? Oh, yeah, within 10 minutes. I have put in my press credential request. So whether or not it happens, I don't know. The only thing I do know is this is not controlled by the Blues. It's controlled by the NHL. And the person that I know in the NHL said that he would see what he could do. So I will leave it
Fingers
at that.
Crossed.
Yep. And then hopefully get the sponsorship to get my butt over there. I went consistent in each period, no letting off the gas. Well, I want to see them put their foot on the gas, first of all. In the first game, they didn't put their foot on it. They were outshot 21-10. Or no, 21-11 in the first 2 periods. Right? They took 5 and 6 shots. The fact that they were leading 2-1 was a surprise. It really was. And that was a testament to Husso in the first. And then, Lindgren playing much better in the second. The one goal he let by, that's one of them. The goalie wants it back, but everybody knows it's like remember a few years back, the puck that hit the glass, bounced off the glass, hit Allen in the back and went in the net. That's one of those.
Yeah.
Right? When you make the stop and it falls down and trickles between your legs, yeah, that's one of those, because that's what happened there. So I'm not holding that against them. Now, the 3-on-none, that was a defensive breakdown. Right? That was a defensive breakdown. Not much you can do about that when you got 2 guys coming down on you. Passing the puck, you can hope. Right? You can hope that you make the net big enough, and he didn't. So we'll see that. Logan Brown is in town. Logan Brown will be wearing number 22, not 21, because that is currently Bozak's number. I have talked to Jeff Brown. Jeff might be on one of the shows here upcoming, but I don't know if Logan will, to be honest. I can hope, and we can go from there. So we'll kind of go with that.
Still looking forward to Jeff. Jeff's going to be an exciting show.
Yeah, Jeff will be Jeff is an interesting character. Jeff was on my team at the excuse me, Jeff was on my team at the alumni camp. Right, we drafted him, and
Awesome.
yeah, we drafted defense, which probably wasn't the smartest thing to do because neither one of them wanted to take a shot, and we needed them to score. We were getting beat so bad, but he was an interesting character, and I do have his signature on my mask here.
Oh, that's so awesome.
Right there. Right. I got a couple of 21s on here. I got Mike Zook. I got Jeff Brown, and I think I got one more 21. Larry Patey, Bruce Affleck, Soup. No, I got a 20. 7. Yeah, okay, that's all I got. And then I got Yakman on there. So, got to send that off. I got to send that off to Ed to sign. We should be getting pretty close to game time here. I'm not sure exactly when they're going to do it.
It's about 2 minutes till 7.
At the moment, I think I'm just going to do a post game. I don't. It's too hard to do the intermission shows without being able to see anything, just from the radio, and just from a little bit of the highlights I get. It's just.
I got an idea that might help that guy, but yeah, if you just want to do a post game, that's cool too.
Okay, well, send it to me, and then we'll see if I can watch the game. Then I'll do an intermission. But if I can't watch the game. If I can't see it, it doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, of course.
Try and do the intermission. It's just too hard, right? So Matt Lowe said Huso and Lindgren look great. That's only bad news if you're Bennington. Actually, no.
That's good news.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, you got someone calling up your back. I'll say Huso looked great. I'll say Lindgren was a little bit above average. Right. I mean, he didn't face, first of all, he didn't face Minnesota's top line. He faced their, that was all their prospects. The majority of that was prospects. And that's the other thing. You look at Dallas's lineup tonight and the majority of its prospects tonight too. Right. So that's another thing that's kind of got me wondering. Let's see if I can find Dallas's line. I think Luke Horick treated it out. I'm pretty sure he did.
Well, Guy, it's 7. I'm going to hop off here to get it going, and then I'm going to send you a message on how I think you can watch the game.
Okay, no problem. So the Stars lineups are I can't even pronounce most of these. I'm going to just show it. I'm going to show it because I can't even pronounce most of them. So stand by, and I will show you the lineups for. There we go. Find the right one. Find the right one. Find the right one. Find the right one. Add the stream. There we go. So that is the lineups. You can look at them yourself. There's just no way I'm going to be able to read those guys. No. That sounds like a European team there. The big thing, Holtby in net in the beginning, so goals are going to be hard to come by. We'll see how the Blues do with that, and we'll just kind of go from there. Well, guys, been fun, been good. Keep watching. Look here for a notification if I'm going to do a pregame intermission show or not. We'll kind of see if I can watch it. I'll do it. If I can't, we'll do a postgame. So this is Guy, the Hawaii Blues fan, saying aloha, mahalo, and I can't wait to see you on the next BlueNote Fan Report. Aloha!